It's Wednesday afternoon, so that means it's time to catch up with Kirk and Ced. They had their morning chat as they do every week. This week and today there was a lot of Spurs talk. Obviously after last night's big game, a lot of talk about the 2013 football season. And once again, let's dive right into this thing, guys. First and foremost, you had one of your readers ask straight up, did the Heat come back from that disaster last night, or will the Spurs walk away with it?
I think the Heat are going to come back. I mean, this series is so unpredictable. I still don't know who's going to win this series. I think the Heat comes back and wins Game 4, and we're back to 2-2, and then we're looking at a best-of-3 series.
I think it all boils down to Tony Parker's health. I think he's probably going to play. It's a grade 1 strain. I think he'll play tomorrow night. So I'm sticking with Spurs in 6. Are you wavering now? I think Miami could win tomorrow.
I don't waver.
Spurs in 6.
I don't waver.
This is a 2-3-2 format. Do you think it favors the Spurs at this point?
I think it does favor them because they stole one in Miami, and then they have the comfort of 3 at home. Probably not going to win all 3, but you know, I think if you can win one of those first 2 on the road, I think it gives you a big leg up.
I always thought that the team that doesn't have the home court advantage, the team with the 3 games in a row, always benefited from the 2-3-2 because all you got to do is get that split.
Right.
You get that split, and then you just have to win 2 of 3 at the house to take control of the series, and that's exactly where the Spurs are right now. They can win one of these next 2 games. They are right where they need to be.
Spurs are a better team, got a better coach, better comfort level. Miami Heat's kind of out of sync. I think everything except Parker's injury favors San Antonio.
I'm right on board with you guys. Switching gears now, big time back to football. Longhorns have a big season coming up, 2013. Kind of a make or break season for the Longhorns. I guess
You do that on camera?
one bit of good news maybe for Texas is Phil Steele's rankings are coming out. He has them at number 4.
Right. 4 in the Big 12, right?
The one reader, Indiana Jones, said that was laughable. What do you guys think of that?
4 in the Big 12?
I think nationally.
No way.
Like the whole nation.
Yeah.
The whole
like
thing.
125 teams are 4.
Like the 50 states, United States.
That's why you have to have drug testing for all writers, magazine, newspapers. I think they start out in the teens. You know, we're doing our top 25 countdown in July. I think, you know, you start out more like somewhere between 13 and 18, and maybe they grow into that 4th best team. But I sure don't see the 4th best team in the country on paper right now in June. Do you?
No way. I see them as a top 20 team, 17, 18, somewhere in there. A lot has to depend on David Ash. He has to become a difference maker for this team to go places, to reach lofty heights. Not convinced that he's that guy just yet. They may end up in the top 10 if that happens, but as far as the preseason is concerned, no. I do not see them as a top 4 team.
And I think
no
I think we can all agree one of the things that could get them into the top 10 would be a win over Oklahoma. You took a question from Joey. He thinks Mac Brown can survive another blowout loss to OU. That doesn't seem to be the general feeling around UT and the fan base.
I think the fan base right now is either fractured, livid, apathetic, maybe all 3. I think the only way he survives a blowout loss to Oklahoma would be to either win the league or probably go 10-2, don't you think?
Yeah, but I don't think that this fan base is going to take another 60-plus points scored by OU because that's the only team that does that to Texas. And after that happens 4 or 5 times, you start to wonder, it's not the talent on the field because they recruit the same kids. It's what's going on that sideline. It's how it's getting these kids ready for the biggest game of the year, year in and year out. So that's going to go back to Mac Brown.
Right.
So it's my opinion that no, cannot afford another big-time blowout to Bob Stoops, or they're going to probably have to jettison him out of there.
And finally, as I was following along the chat this morning, did I see that the official beginning of the mayoral campaign with Kirk and Ced? You guys going to run for office here in the city? Seems like you might have some support.
I think Ced may run. I'm all but willing to be his campaign manager.
Two words you'll never hear in the same sentence: Ced and run. I don't run anywhere, sir. I don't run anywhere.
You never know what will come up with Kirk and Ced in these chats. Make sure you join in next week. Wednesdays, 11 a.m. on statesman.com and mystatesman.com. They're there to answer all your questions, sports related or not sports related.
Political
See ya.
too.